Little Miss Ivy, there's too many of them. The doubt is strong within them. There is only one way to subdue these doubt demons. Yep, the anti-doubt demon truth bombs. Luckily, you remembered to put them on our utility belts. I'm about to start talking crap. So run. Hey, doubt demons. Say hello to our little friends. According to the Daily Mail, half of Western European men are descended from one Bronze Age king. Researchers reveal population explosion triggered by technological advances. April 25th, 2016. Quote, half of all Western European men are descended from a Bronze Age king who lived 4,000 years ago. That's according to the largest ever study of global genetic variations in the Y chromosome. Stop! Wow! Did you hear that, Jew boy? Amazing! Let me read that again. Quote, half of all Western European men are descended of a Bronze Age king who lived 4,000 years ago. That's according to the largest ever study of global genetic variation in the Y chromosome. Stop. This proves our Hun discoveries were not wrong at all. How does this prove that, you ponder? Didn't we discover the Huns not only came out of the earth with a diversified group, but that clan ruler was picked from the elite clan, and they, yes, they were the only ones mating with the conquered subjects. You remember, I said back then, it was to ensure their master bloodline rewrote history. But this also, and I hate to say it, but this also proves my arch nemesis theory of mass cloning. Yes, cloning. To not be wrong. What I mean is, there is no way in Hades this can even be remotely true if the people under the earth were not mass produced from a master copy in different varieties. Why? To do what they were created to do. You know, subdue the earth like Genesis 1 says. It is from the master copy the elite classes are created, and through war and conquest, they are placed in their prospective lands to rule and override the last wave's DNA like a virus. Doing it this way brings about intended consequences like this. Quote, researchers believe the monarchs was one of the earliest people to rule Europe in the Stone Age. His identity remains a mystery, but scientists believe he fathered a group of nobles who then spread across Europe. They brought with them advances in technology such as metalwork and wheeled transport, according to a report in the Telegraph. Stop. I remember saying each wave that ascended upon the earth came with their own brand of dirty technology that was a little better than the last wave, thus ensuring victory in battle and winning over the fickle commoners' hearts. In fact, according to Wikipedia under Bronze Age Collapse, subtitle Changes in Warfare. Quote, Robert Drews argues, for the appearance of mass infantry using newly developed weapons and armor, such as cast rather than forged spearheads and long swords, a revolutionizing cut and thrust weapon, and javelins, the appearance of bronze foundries suggests, personal quote, that mass production of bronze artifacts was suddenly, let me say it again, that mass production of bronze artifacts was suddenly important in the Aegean. For example, Homer uses spears as a virtual synonym for warriors. Such new weaponry, in the hands of large numbers of, quote, running skirmishers who could swarm and cut down a chariot army, would destabilize states that were based upon the use of chariots by the ruling classes. That would precipitate an abrupt social collapse as raiders began to conquer, loot, and burn cities. Example. This is why the Egyptians referred to those whipping their asses as simple raiders. It didn't make sense before. Now it does. This is the real reason. Even though each image carved or painted with accuracy and precision that even Germans are green with envy with, no matter what relief you look at, the faces, body build, beards, dress, etc., are all the same with the elites. To the point, you must read the caption to figure out kingdom from kingdom. They all look the same. But wait! Take a gander at the commoners in each image again. Do they not all look the same as well? Now take a look at the image of the Philistines when it comes up. What do you perceive? I perceive each and every one of them are the same person. Each one is the exact same height, build, and eye structure. What are the odds of this with so much detail involved? Now look at the image of the Battle of Kadesh when it comes up again. Each soldier looks exactly the same. Did the Egyptians use stencils or something? Now take a look at the Hittite women spies being beaten by the Egyptians when it comes up. Even on their knees, they are just as tall as the Egyptians and they look like identical twins. Now take a look at the Sea Peoples or the Libyan images again. No deviation in body form whatsoever in a sea of detail. We can look at this in two ways, people. The first, at face value. A nomadic people, nomadic now, with enough firepower and advanced weaponry to topple superpowers, were continuously given permission to pass through and graze their cattle, etc., territory after territory. And all of a sudden, and out of the blue, or maybe they were playing duck, duck, goose, I don't know. But for some reason no one knows, they finally decide to raise a little Hades and topple a superpower or two with ease. Or we can look at the information with wisdom, understanding, and genetics and deduce. Yes, little Miss Ivy, deduce the doubt demons. Just as the scriptures and the predictive programming hidden in plain sight through the image of symmetry. The cinema, that's what I wanted to say. The magic of the cinema. That's it. Just as they attest, clone armies, for the lack of a better word at this time, from a couple of master donors were created in the earth and under the sea for the sole purpose of repopulating and subduing the earth. The only thing is, only those of the elite, in this case less edited / pure blood virus, are to mate among the other classes and races. Notice, everybody stayed within their own race before and after the Dark Age reset button was hit. The Orientals stayed with the Orientals. The Indian stayed with the Indian, and so on and so on. But notice, only one race of male could flow within all races upon the earth without anyone batting an eye. Yep, amazing, isn't it? And to prove everything I just said, let's finish this article out, shall we? Quote, Dr. Chris Tyler Smith from the Wellcome Trust Sanger Institute told the paper, personal quote, genetics can't tell us why it happened, but we know that a tiny number of elite males were controlling reproduction and dominating the population. I'm going to read that again. Genetics can't tell us why it happened, but we know that a tiny number of elite males were controlling reproduction and dominating the population. I'm going to say that one more time. Genetics can't tell us why it happened, but we know that a tiny number of elite males were controlling reproduction and dominating the population. Example, bingo! I think they call it eugenics today. You know, the German master race theory. Notice, this monumental news was not worldwide for obvious reasons. Obviously. What obvious reasons you ponder? The most obvious is that this genetic information alone absolutely destroys. No, too soft of a description. It smashes to smithereens Darwin's evolution. But I know. I can't come at you with just one study saying that I'm colored and all. I got that. I got that. That is why I wanted to give you more detail with this.